true of like everybody I ever come across. I go around the world and I try to meet people who do cool stuff and things I never understood, and they hurdy their gurdies and play CPAC Tack Raw and whatever the hell these guys are doing. You know, that reenact the opening of Charlie's Angels. Right? You go to Korea and a guy's wearing an orange bag on his head, and I said to myself, you know what? He's got a reason. I turned my head to the right. Yes. I have no idea what the reason is, but he had a reason. So, you know, we tootle our tootlers and we play our pipes and blow into our thingies and play jazz in Russia, and we strum on our strummers and bang on our bangers, and this guy sucked. And we, there are little Dr. Seuss-like creations as we go zipping around the world, and it's hard to feel anything but tremendous love and admiration for the entire human family, instantly. I mean, Jesus, look at this guy in England. It's about to frickin' rain. And he's doing this. Not because he's stupid, but because he's an artist who understands beauty. He's putting all of this talent out and understanding the ephemeral nature of beauty. That little moment that we all have, and every moment can be like this. There's a Japanese concept, mono no aware, the temporary nature of all beautiful things. This is all the more beautiful because it ends, as do we all, as do all cultures, as do all things, to be replaced by other things, like the Hagia Sophia, of possibly even greater beauty. We are the same. We are brothers and sisters. At the end of the day, we go home from our labors, we hug our families, we put our arm around somebody we care about, even where in that place it's illegal. We take good care of our children. You know, we are the same. And then the media comes down on us and tells us something else. There's a lot of powerful people who want to divide us because they don't know any better, because they, you know, whatever the hell the reason is. This is an alarmist thing about bird flu in Northern Ireland. Now, come on, dude, you're in Belfast. Do you need alarmism, really? You know, how bad can it be? Well, it can be pretty bad. They really don't let up. And of course, my favorite headline ever. It's a wave of terror. How can you not fear it? Every time I turn on the television and I see Wolf Blitzer with the latest news coming in from across the world right now, I just think a fresh wave of terror, fear, and it recontextualizes things for me. You know, Fox News, there it is! You know, it just makes things a little bit easier. That's all this is. All right. The actual real world is a place of, every place I've ever gone, amazing peace. When the United States invaded Iraq, you heard about how there was this surge in anti-Americanism around the world, right? Well, I went to the Middle East just out of curiosity, because I'm like that, and I was gang befriended. It was amazing. Now, I didn't walk around singing Lee Greenwood, don't get me wrong, okay? I walked around touching hearts, saying salam, learning a little Arabic, showing a little respect, and smiling at people, nothing else. And oh my God, I had one guy come up to me in Alexandria, and he was really upset. I hate Americans! I could have got confrontational. All right. Instead, I just said, Iowa, which means, yes, go on, and walk with me. Let's discuss this. I'm not your enemy. Let's just talk. And when I let him know that half of the people in America didn't support the war, which is true if you look at it according to surveys, even when it began, they didn't know that. The Egyptian media is worse than ours. He didn't even know. And when he realized that I was opposed to the war, as were so many millions of other Americans, this same guy wanted to bring me home to tell the family, oh my God, how great is that? And this happened all over the place. I mean, these kids, I was in a bad neighborhood, and I wasn't worried for a second because they got a bunch of sticks and defended me and took me off to the train because they thought it was so cool to have an American to hang out with. We talked about soccer and English soccer stars and French soccer stars and, you know, made up stuff. The reason I study cricket and soccer and stuff like that, it's not just because I like sports, it's an international language. It bails your ass out. It's good to have, okay? But if you embrace the world culture, man, it embraces you right back. You want to know what Bali was like after the bombings? You read the newspaper, you look at the State Department warnings. Oh my God, it's dangerous. Oh yeah, those ladies were so scary. Taking that fruit to their gods. Oh, so difficult to hang. The real dangerous thing in Bali is the traffic. Anybody who's been to Bali can tell you. That's what's actually going to get you killed in Bali.